Welcome to the Game Changer Podcast. Today's topic, when it's time to move, move. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Top of the morning, welcome back. This is the Game Changer Podcast with Tim Ngali. You guys better get your minds right and get up and let's go. See, it's more than the game that we changing.
Welcome to the podcast. Great to be with you guys today. And you know the deal. Go share this with somebody who needs to hear it if this helps you. So look, we moved to here, 2.5 years ago. 2.5 years ago, we bought a home here in Destin, Florida, where I'm shooting this. And we've been living here for 2.5 years. And, you know, a lot of people know this, but we're actually getting ready to make a move to Las Vegas, Nevada, right? That's where we're going. It's time to go. And my wife and I were having this conversation because for September, when I know that it's time to go, then I go. Like when it's time to move, we move. The same thing happened when I was living in Utah 9 years ago, almost 10 years ago. You know, it's 2014, headed in 2015. And so 9 years ago, and I knew we needed to move out of Utah. And it's crazy because back then I talked about it with my wife, but I didn't even like really counsel. I went to Facebook, right? And I said from Utah County to Orange County. And that's how she found out. Like she found out through social media, we're moving to California. So the move over here, we obviously knew about it and we've been here for 2.5 years. Well, the time has come to take our family back west. And the time has come to pick up the business and go to a different state, a different city, right? A transition for us as a family. Destin's been amazing. Destin, the beaches, the best beaches on the planet. There's no question about it. The best sand, the best water on the planet, and some of the best people I've ever met, like kind, and it's time to go. So I'm having this conversation with my wife and she's like, well, can we just wait, please? Can we just wait until we sell our home, until like school is done and everything is set up right? Like, until it's all perfect. On one hand, we could do that. We could. And we'd probably be here another 6 to 7 months. And energetically for September, what would happen is, like in the type of business that I'm in, it's all about momentum and energy. It's all about stance, inner stance, mindset, like being in a type of groove. And so I looked at my wife, I said, hey, we can do that. Are you open to another perspective? And she's like, yeah. And then we just have this conversation. Like, we know we're supposed to go. Yes, we have a junior in high school, like who's in a play that's going to take place in April. So he's got to know, again, we have a mortgage here. We're about to move to go pick up another mortgage, another monthly payment. And even though it seems chaotic, even though it seems like it's out of sorts, even though the situation and circumstance is not perfect, what I know to be true is when the voice says move, you move. When it says go, you go. When it says like time to get up and get on, then you gotta get up and you gotta get on. One of my favorite stories about this lesson is by a man by the name of Thomas Monson. Right? He was one of the leaders of our church. He's passed on for quite some time. But he shares a story, and I love this story. You know, he's like in a church meeting, and the voice, or the voice of God, the spirit, whatever you want to call it, but the voice says, get up and go see this person in the hospital. And he's sitting there and he's like, I couldn't possibly leave the meeting. I'm on the stand. And again, the voice says, get up, go to the hospital, go see this person. He ignores the prompting. The meeting is done. He gets up. He goes to the hospital. He's looking for his friend. And the people in the hospital are like, oh, he passed away. And he's like, oh, man. And they said, you know, is your name Thomas? He's like, yeah. He's like, he was calling for you before he passed away. I heard that story and I made up my mind right then and there. I was like, I would not postpone a prompting. I would not put off the voice. I would not delay when it says, when it's time to move, move. Why do I share this story with you guys? Because again, we're in the transitions, the holidays. We got to pack up the office and the supplies. We got to pack up our home. We got to load, and then we got to get to Vegas. We still got to go find a home. We got to then get into the new home. We got to find the school for our high schooler. This is our 2 young boys homeschool with us. I got to go find an office space. And if I look at it from that perspective, it seems daunting and overwhelming. If I look at it from the lens of, man, I put my trust in God. He has never let me down. And when he tells me to move, I got to go. When he tells me to go, I got to go. When he says move, We got to move, even though things don't seem like it's right. Like from a logistical perspective, it's right. The way gets prepared, the Red Sea's open, and, like the story I shared about this guy by the name of Thomas Monson. Anytime you hear the voice tell you go, go. If you'll do that, the people in your life will be blessed. Your business will not only be well, it will thrive and it'll flourish and it'll be prosperous. Your health and your fitness will turn out better than you can imagine, which there's another podcast coming up. So I ask you right now, is there a place in your life today, right now, where the voice inside of you has been telling you to do something? And maybe it's been telling you to stop doing something. Whatever that has been telling you to do, listen and go. You'll fail and you'll never win if you ignore it. And sure, we could sit here and wait till our home sells, or we can just have faith and walk by faith and move because we know it's time to move. What's the place in your life that you need to do this? Is it your physicality, your fitness, your health? Is it your spirituality, connection to God? Is it inside of your relationships with your children? What I've learned from me, oftentimes the voice whispers to me early mornings about what I can do to be a better father, more present father and husband. And of course, financially, this move is for a lot of reasons, but it's also for financial reasons. It's time to go. It's time to move. So, hey guys, if the podcast resonates, if it touches your heart and soul, and it gives you greater vision and clarity to go build the life you want so you can make a difference inside of your world, your family's world, and the community itself, all I ask that you do is share the podcast forward. We don't run ads. We don't have sponsors, but we can make a difference and help people become game changers for their lives, for their families, if we share the message. So share this with somebody who needs to hear it, and have an amazing day. That's a podcast today. Listen, if it's time to move, move. If it's time to go, go. And you feel like, but it's impossible. It's only impossible because we have limited perspective, when I know there's a God in the heavens, the God of the universe, who is the universe, that knows a lot more about your situation than you. And he's telling you, move. So saying to move, got to get up and go. And trust that. All right, my friends, have an amazing day. I appreciate y'all listening. Until next time, I'm out.
Let's go. See, it's more than the game that we changing. We don't do it for the block, do it for the name. Yeah. No, there ain't no stopping it. If you really want it, better rock with it. This is how to be a game changer. Better put your pride down, heavy, get your pen up. Wanna be the greatest, we ain't stopping till we win, yo. This is how to make it when they hate.